out of here. Jeez. Howdy, y'all, and welcome back. So it's been a minute. My voice is shot. I'm a little bit sunburned. My lips are chapped. I'm having a hard time speaking this evening. And it's been raining for 2 days, and the rain finally stopped, and all my neighbors are out playing with their kids, and it's super, super swampy, but I'm trying to get this video out. So, I spent last weekend up in Fort Worth, Texas with liberal gun owners and Rob Pincus on his 2022 Personal Defense Network tour. So if you don't know who Rob is, you should. So just stop right now, go check out his Personal Defense Network here on YouTube. Go check him out on the Instagrams as Rob Pincus or PDN. I personally discovered Rob in 2008 when I was first getting sober and getting back into guns after kind of a long period of living in Los Angeles, being a flaming lefty. And I moved back to Texas and I was getting sober. I was sober newly and getting into guns, and I discovered Rob on the Outdoor Channel. So that may be where some of y'all recognize him from. And like my M&P 9, my old 2009 M&P 9, I own that because he was using one on his show back then. So it was super, super cool. A real honor to get to finally train with him in person. And it was a ton of information. So it was extremely physical training, mentally very taxing, and it was like 100 degrees. Well, it was like 97 degrees plus humidity and just blazing hot sun. So it was a lot. But I want to take a second and thank you to all of my Patreon supporters and everyone who jumped in on that last round of Buy Me a Soy Latte, the Cyclops giveaway, because that is how I fund being able to do these things. This is how I make a living, and without y'all, I can't do it. So thank you so much. So, as I've mentioned in past videos, I'm not a big fan of doing a training with an instructor and then running back here to my channel and like giving away all of the information, right? I don't think that's very fair to the instructor, and I'll probably butcher it and get it wrong, and then they'll get mad. And so I try to make a policy of not doing that. At the same time, I definitely came away from this weekend with some thoughts and some stuff that I kind of even made notes for myself about some stuff that I do want to talk about that I think is relevant in the larger space of the gun community and self-defense, or firearms self-defense in particular. So, and the one, just real quickly, I don't even have most of my footage in yet. I'm still waiting on some video that other folks took to kind of trickle in before I put together even a video montage or anything. But the topic I wanted to talk about today, the title of the video, is the position of surrender and why we call it that. Because it doesn't look like that exactly anymore, but it did. And this was a recurring theme that came up several times during our training this weekend, was just the idea of, in the gun community, we will refer to a thing by a name, even though that name really isn't relevant to what it is anymore. So like a thing will get named a thing, and then the concept or the movement or the activity will change, and we still call it the thing that it was named after originally. And in this case, surrender in the shooting sports meant this. So like 15 years ago when I was doing cowboy action shooting and they said this stage will start from the position of surrender, it meant literally your hands up at like this, like I surrender, right? And in the modern training context, it generally means something like this. So in Rob's training, we are beginning each like practice drill from the position of kind of an oh shit, like position of startled response, which would be something, if I'm walking through the mall and I hear a bang behind me, I'm going to, oh crap, what was that? So your hands are up, defensive crouch, the knees drop, you lower your center of gravity, and that's kind of the general concept, is a startled response. And you'll see lots of people on the Instas and the YouTubes doing their dry fire or live fire draw practice from hands up like this. In the more modern context of self-defense training, and what a lot of the other instructors are working from, is the idea that you would have your hands up like this as sort of a de-escalation situation, right? So you're in a convenience store, you're at the mall, in a parking lot, someone gets up in your face and they're like, "Wah," and you, whoa, hey, bro, like, what's going on, right? Like one of these kind of deals. And I have a video about, I had that happen one time. Guy just got way too in my space. I was carrying appendix and I was like, you're too close to my gun. And I literally put my hands up and we didn't make physical contact. He stopped as soon as I put my hands up. He was like, oh, and I just said, I need you to back up. And I think he got it. It was like, oh, but anyway, so that's where this comes from. It's surrender has become surrender. Not exactly the same thing. I also just recently made a video about practicing your draw stroke from the position of cell phone, right? So you're on your phone, you're in the mall, you're blah, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden, oh crap, right? So same kind of concept is hands are up here. Another reason this is a good practice for your like at home dry practice, draw stroke practice, is that especially if you carry 3 or 4 o'clock and you start with your arms down here, you're probably inadvertently doing a deal of gaming yourself a little bit by feeling with this part of your arm where the gun is. And that way, you know right where to get it, right? So that's gaming it a little bit. And the neighbor's AC just kicked on. Sorry about that. So practice your draw stroke from position of surrender. That's all I got. I got more coming soon. Sorry about the little lag over the last couple of weeks. We're moving out of the dead of summer here in Houston, so I'll be getting more content to you more frequently. Until next time, be easy, y'all.